I want to talk to you guys about your tax returns, all right? Because it's tax season. A lot of y'all are going to be filing y'all taxes. And it's that time of the year again for me to absolutely go in on you guys or possibly hold you accountable before you do something egregious, okay? So let me say this. A, if you have a simple tax return, which basically you taking your W-2, you may have a couple of extra documents like if you own a home, you may have tax documents for different things. If you had school, you went to school and you pay some student loans, you may have some tax documents from the interest that you paid for your student loans or something like that. But in a general sense, most people, the overwhelming majority of people do not own a business. They have not made any business income. They have not, they don't really have any write-offs, right? And so in that instance, and if you need to, you need to get inside of the Patreon because I actually got a video in there that highlights what it is that you need to do with your tax return in order for you guys to level up. All right, Bella, I got you. I'm going to read the super chats in 1 second, baby. Thank you, honey. If you have a simple tax return, all right, and I'm just going to be straight up. I'm going to be absolutely 100% straight up with you. If you have a simple tax return, do not go to a tax preparer. I'm going to say it one more time. Do not go to H&R Block. Do not go to Homeboy's Tax Service. I don't care how much they advertise for you. I don't care how many times you see it up your timeline. I don't care how many people tell you that they can get you the highest tax return. Let me give you a little bit of insight, right? There is no way to be able to finesse to get a higher tax return unless you're committing fraud. I'm going to say it one more time. There is no way for you to get more in your return unless you're committing fraud. Now, the other side of the equation is, are you getting all of the things that you're supposed to get as a result of taking all of your deductions? That means, are you claiming all of your children? I'm sure you are because most of you are not going to miss out on that, right? Did you do all of the things throughout the year in order to maximize how much you don't have to pay into it, like putting money into your 401k and things like that? But all of those are standard, okay? Nobody can get you more in your tax return because the tax code is what it is. So if you didn't take advantage of all of the investments throughout the year, you can't finesse the numbers to make it mean whatever it is that you want to mean. All you doing is setting yourself up to go to jail, okay? Best case scenario, you don't go to jail, but then you got to pay penalties and taxes. Because let's be honest, I'm just going to be 100% real with you, okay? If you got away with it before, consider it that you just got away with it. Don't be the person that returned back to the crime scene. And you really didn't even get away with it yet because they still have the ability to go back up to 7 years to be able to go and look at whether or not you finessed them and then retroactively go to collect it and then file charges if they really want to. So, don't be in a position to where you find yourself getting finessed by somebody that tells you your homeboy, your homegirl, she been doing tax returns all of these years and other. Listen, man, it's not worth it. You trying to get a couple dollars and it's going to cost you dearly. Trying to get a couple extra dollars in your tax return just so you can go and spend it on things that don't even add value into your life for people and trying to impress people that don't even like you is not worth it. So A, do not go to Homeboy's Tax Return or H&R Block or any of these other places in order to try to get your refund back early, okay? That's A. I'm going to read super checks in a minute. B, do not file and then pay fees in order to get an advance on your tax return. It's your money. You paid into the IRS coffers in order to ensure that you don't have a shortfall on the amount of taxes that you're supposed to pay. It is your refund. It is going to come back. You've waited an entire year in order to get this back. You can wait a month or a few more weeks in order to do so. One of the ways in which the black community lose out on so much money is they're in such a rush because they can't wait to get their hands on the money just so they can go and fumble the bag. Do not do any advances. It's going to cost you more money, okay? The way that black people and the black community and poor communities and the middle class often at times fumble the bag is that they get nickel and dime to death. It's death by 1,000 cuts. You get, inflation here. You got to pay extra for your eggs. You get to feed air. You got extra stuff here that's not adding any value to your life, and so on and so forth. Man, you can wait a couple more weeks for you to get your tax return. Do not give any unnecessary money to anybody that you don't have to, as far as trying to get in advance. You don't need that, man. Don't get in advance. Don't finesse your tax returns. Don't do none of that. All right. That's. Can I be frank? Can I be frank with you? Can I be absolutely honest with you? That's nigga shit. That's nigga. We done with that. In 2023 and beyond, we are done with that ghetto ass mess. We're not doing that. Don't go to none of these places. Now, what's the solution? Because often at times, similar to how it is that these overly blackety black, hotep type people will tell you, they will complain and tell you what not to do, but they won't give you a solution. You can go online and literally do it yourself, and they will ask you and prompt you through all of the questions. And a lot of times what I see in the black community often at times with tax returns and things like that, and anything, business tax returns, documents, and that's why I implore you guys to get into the Patreon, because not only did I give you the game and the videos on how easy it is for you to start an LLC, what you need to do from a business perspective, how to have a business mindset and stuff like that. Those videos are in addition to that, to what I drop in the interviews uncensored. The uncensored part is just extra. That's content creation that I want to give to you guys that I cannot give out to the general public, right? But then I give you the game, right? I also have the Discord for people to help you. We perish because we have a lack of knowledge and understanding and wisdom on how it is that we need to implement it. The minute that you start to apply yourself and you actually go through the process, you'll find out that it's easier than you believe. Go to Tax Act. Go to some of these other sites, right? And they may charge you something simple. They may do it for free and then charge you $20 in order to file it electronically, right? You can pay a minimal amount. It will take you through all of the prompts. Okay, entering your W-2 information here. Did you have a business? No, I didn't have a business. Okay, cool. How many children you have? Your dependents? Did they live with you for more than 6 months throughout the year? It's very simple, and you can probably get it done in less than a half hour, and you can save yourself hundreds, perhaps thousands of dollars by not giving your money over to people that is looking to finesse you and then send you to jail by trying to convince you that they can get you more in your return and then doing something illegal, and then you still responsible for it because you can't go back and say that they the ones that blame for it, right? So make sure that you're making the right decisions. If you own a business, that's a completely different conversation. You probably need to tap in and get a coaching call. I'm not a financial advisor, but I can give you some insight and some understanding on what it is that I do in order to ensure that I pay the minimal amount of tax as possible. It's a lot of different ways that you can do it legally, right? Through your business, different write-offs, contributing to your 401k. It's so many different simple things that you can take advantage of by starting a business now. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to prepare you for next year by giving you insight and understanding on how it is that I move from a business perspective in order to ensure that I don't have to give the federal government any more money than I'm supposed to, because the federal government incentivizes me as a business owner to reinvest in my business and myself, which then increases my net worth and gives me more assets, right? So I just wanted to reach out to you guys and make sure that you understand that you don't have to get finessed. And in order for us to even be able to elevate on a very fundamental level, we need to think differently. We need to have more confidence in ourselves. We need to have each other's back by holding each other accountable and saying, hey, you don't have to do that. You don't have to move this way. We can do it right. We can do it legally. And you ain't got to worry about the federal government knocking at your door. And you have more insight and information because you actually save yourself money by doing it yourself and getting more insight and understanding on how it is that you need to move from a financial perspective, right? So I just wanted to make sure that you guys understood that homegirl over there that's ghetto as fuck, that got butterfly eyelashes, that's over there doing your tax returns, is not smarter than you. She did not take any more classes than you. She does not know any more than you. She is not better trained than you. You are smart. You are adequate. It does not take a lot of math in order for you to do so. All you have to do is apply yourself. And maybe you just needed that extra push from somebody like me or your brothers and your friends in the chat, the bag chasers, or the people that's inside of the Patreon and the Discord in order for you to go about having more confidence in doing it yourself. You have the ability. You are capable. We are smarter. We are going to start building this plane one part at a time, and I'm going to ensure that you become the best version of yourself by not getting finessed and putting yourself in a negative position to where you then have to pay for it in the long term. You don't have to do that. We're going to do things differently going forward in 2023. So I just wanted to make sure that y'all understood that. No advances. Fuck the payday loans. When you get your tax return, do not fumble it. Do not go out to the mall. Don't go to Louis Vuitton. Don't go to Chanel. Don't go take a trip to Cancun or Tulum. Don't go over here and do all of this dumb shit. Pay off your debt. The fastest way to get to wealth is then to remove all of the things that's prohibiting you from running faster and being able to reinvest in yourself. Get rid of the debt. Get rid of the money as soon as possible. Don't go play with it. It is not free money. It is money that you worked for. You need to put yourself in the best position possible. If you don't have any debt, then I can have a conversation with you on how it is that you need to invest your money. But if you have debt, get rid of the debt. Nobody is going to sit here and tell you the honest to God truth. Get rid of the debt first. Anton, how do I know whether or not I should get rid of the debt first or whether I should invest? Because I can then use the investment in order to pay off the debt. No, you lying. One thing that we know for sure, two things that's for certain, is I know exactly how much you're paying on your credit cards and interest. I know how much you got on your student loans. I know how much it's costing you in order to be able to hold on to that debt. And you're giving away free money, right? You're giving away free money. Get rid of the debt. Do not fumble the bag. Don't take no advances. Don't be impatient. Learn how to do it yourself. And if you need to, you have help. There is no more excuses for the black community or the community at large for you not to be doing the thing that's in your own best interest, because I am going to hold you accountable and I'm going to push you to do the thing that's in your own best interest. If you need to get in touch with me personally, email me at Anton Daniels 413 at gmail.com. And I'm going to make sure I get you set up for a coaching call, a Zoom call, or a personal call. And then make sure you tap into the Patreon. That link is in the description as well as pinned to the top of the chat. There is no better community of people that's going in the direction that you're going in than right here, right now. All right? I don't want to hear no more excuses.